Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is gonna be a palette bingo with the Paulina palette from Blush Tribe. This is how it looks, and this is actually a super special video because it is a very special collaboration between all kinds of creators who wanted to join to surprise Paulina for the relaunch of her palette. That was supposed to be a limited edition. I think it came out around December, January, I think, 2019, and then it sold out, and I was one of the first ones to order it. And then it sold out, and now she just relaunched it, basically brought it back because it was a super success, and I'm so happy she did. I'm so proud of her. I'm proud of everybody who gets to have a brand collab with and come out with an eyeshadow palette. That's like, it's the dream of everybody who loves makeup. Anyway, so there are all kinds of people who have joined this collab, and I hope it's going to be a super nice surprise for Paulina that we are all launching this. We have been planning this in the background sort of, and this is really cool. I'm going to try to link all of the channels of all of the people who are joining this collab in the description box. As a result of that, there will be not enough room for me to list all my makeup and all of that. So I'm just going to list probably this, and the rest you'll just see in the video, okay? So that's just for today, that I'm going to skip on that because I won't have enough room. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, of course, we're going to do a palette bingo. As I said, I'm going to use random.org to choose my colors. And the rule is, I think if I remember right, the rule is that we're choosing 5 colors out of the 9 colors from the Paulina palette, and one of them has to be the Paulina shade, which is, let me just choose you. No, let me show you. This here is the Paulina shade. So we definitely have to work with, and basically then we have another 4 colors to choose, and we have the, I think we have the possibility that if we need to pull in one more extra shade from this palette, then we are allowed to do so. I hope. Okay, so let's see if I even need to do that. Maybe I don't. Okay, let's put in 9 shades as the max, and then generate the first shade, which is going to be number 9. And that is this beautiful eggplant, kind of a aubergine shade. Okay, let's just put the swatches right here. So we have a bit of an overview of what we're having. Next one, wait, I didn't show you. So that was that was turning off. Here is shade 9. I hope the autofocus is picking it up. If not, then you'll just have to make yourself believe me. Next one is shade 2. And that is the very dark green. Well, this is going to be a dark look. It's this, which is the shade Zigge, which is her dog. Okay, next shade is going to be, generate, shade 1. Ha! Yes! That's the light green. Let me just swatch this too. Does this show up? I think so. Let me just put another swatch on this. Something like that. Okay, great. I have so much eyeshadow falling all over the place. And the next one is, no, the 2 we had already. Let's see. I think there's a glitch on the website. It just gives me 1s and 2s. Okay, number 6. 6. That is Angel. Angel. This one. Okay. Then we have this, and we have Paulina. So this is going to be an all matte look. Seriously. I'm not sure how much I like that. I don't like all matte looks. Okay, you know what? Because I can pull in another shade, I might decide that I will. Maybe. But I'm going to leave that option open for now. Anyway, so these are the 5 shades that at a minimum we have to use. So I'm just going to zoom in, wipe off the swatches, and we're gonna get to work. Okay, my sweeties, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a full cut crease with a wing, and because obviously I cannot really let the greens and the pinks touch each other, because that would be messy. So we have to keep them separate, but yeah, so let's just do that. I'm going to start out with the shade Zigge. And I'm going to put that in my crease and create sort of already a bit of an outline of a wing, and then we'll see how we go from there. That's basically the first step that I'm doing, because I'm always going in with my darkest shade, and I'm basically, whoa, seriously, the pigmentation is yeah, amazing. So let's just, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to blend this out, seriously. All right, let's just create a bit of a wingy situation here. And maybe I forgot to mention that I of course put on some eyeshadow primer, which is the one from, the neutral one from Kiko Milano. They also have a shiny one or a glowy one. What's with my autofocus? There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's the one that I'm using, and I've been using this already for quite some time, ever since Kiko Milano came to Israel, and actually it is pretty good. I like it even more than the one from MAC that I used to use. Actually, I used two different kinds from MAC. The paint pot, obviously in soft ochre, excuse me, and also the clear one. The clear one I didn't like because I need the coverage. I need to have it covering some color discolorations that I have on my eyelids. So that's why I started to use the MAC paint pot. But that is so, it's so dense, and it always feels like so dry, and so, I don't know. So because I still have a lot of that left, I'm using the MAC paint pot to do my cut creases, which is very unusual. I know most people will go for a concealer that is easier to apply, and I do agree that the application of the paint pot for a cut crease is not the easiest, but it just doesn't crease and it doesn't budge, and the application on it is very nice. So that's why I'm doing it. Anyway, so this is going to be the wing. And for everybody who is new here, I have two mirrors, one magnifying mirror here and a regular mirror here. So that's why I'm just going to look into different mirrors once in a while, because that is really, for me, this is the secret of eyeshadow application, that you sometimes just have to look at yourself a little bit from a step back. Okay, so this is about the placement, and now I'm just going to swipe off my brush, and I'm going to just smudge the edges a little bit, because I have only one shade to blend this out with, which is the shade Friends, which is that very light green in the palette. I'm so excited how this is gonna look, really. I'm excited about this whole concept of palette bingo anyway, but also how Paulina is gonna react to this. Alright, let's just smudge this a tiny little bit more, and then we'll go in with the next shade. Okay, next I'm going to go in, as I said, with the shade Friends, which is this very, very light green, and I'm so glad that that got chosen for me. It was so weird, there was a bit of a glitch on the random.org website, because it is not supposed to give you the same shades twice, and it sort of went from, I don't know, when I was choosing those first shades, it was number 1 and number 2, and then when I pressed again, it was again number 1, and then I pressed again, it was again number 2, so there was something weird going on, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm applying this now on top of the, which one? Ziggy shade, the darker green, and then I'm just going to blend them into each other. Okay, sweeties, this is where we're at right now, and now we basically have just these 3 shades left. Yes, these 3 shades, and I think I'm going to create the cut crease with my MAC paint pot in soft ochre. I'm going to do this thing off camera, and then I think we're going to go in, probably, I think, with these 2. I think so. I don't think I'm going to pull in another shade, because I don't know, it always feels better to just work with what you have been thrown upon or however this is said. Okay, so let's just do that. I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna place my cut crease, and then if I don't change my mind, then that's what we're gonna do with the pinks. Okay, the cut crease is in place, as good as it ever will be, and I'm going to actually use that same flat concealer brush that I used in order to apply the paint pot, and that's what I'm going to use to press on the eyeshadow on my cut crease. So I'm going to start with the shade Angel, which is a tiny little bit lighter. I hope there is going to be a nice color range thing going on. I don't know if it's gonna be because those two shades, they don't appear to be super different. They appear to be pretty similar. Okay, so I'm just going to apply this first shade Angel, and I'm going to stamp it on with this flat concealer brush, and I'm just going to do that because that gives me the most amount of control where the shade is going to be. I know that this is not the perfect brush for eyeshadow application, and it makes the whole work a little bit more difficult and a little bit longer, like you need more time to do it that way, but it feels like I have a little bit more control here. Okay, this is the first shade that is now in place, sort of. It is very challenging to apply an eyeshadow with this. It is very challenging, and it takes a long time to dab it on and then re-intensify it, but I do feel though that the accurateness of the application is worth it. Anyway, so the next one is going to be the Paulina shade, which is the shade obviously that has to be in this collab. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, and then let's see how they two work together. I really do hope that we'll have a little bit of how does one say that in English? A range? No, not a range. I have no idea. Totally. Elvis has left the building. I have no idea how to say this. How do you say this? A graduation? No, I don't know. Anyway, if this comes back to me, I'm going to tell you what I meant to say, but right now I have no idea. Okay, now we got that far. I'm actually going to take finally a small packing brush like this, and I'm going to put on that Paulina shade, which is the one that we have at the outer part, and I'm going to just pack that on a little bit more, because this is now not for the precise application anymore. This is now for intensifying the color. And I think I also changed my mind a little bit about pulling in one more shade, because I really want to have a shimmer somewhere, even though it doesn't look bad, but it's just my personal preference that I do like to have a shimmer. And there is, of course, in this palette, there is no pink shimmer that I could put on top of this first shade here, the shade Angel. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sliver of this. This is the shade Thingaling, but she always says Thingaling. And I'm going to just sweep that a little bit over the, let's say the inner third of the lid, just so I have some kind of an eye catcher to catch the eye. Okay, so let me just intensify this all here a little bit more. And I'm going to do my best to stay away from the exact line where the green meets the pink, so I don't mess that up after having worked so hard. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take this shade a little bit, like here right on the lash line, a little bit more towards the inner corner than in the other places, because I want the shimmer shade then to sort of flare out and be longer on the top and shorter on the bottom. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so let me just do that, and then we'll put the shimmer shade on. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'm going to use that same brush that I just used to pack on that pink. I just swiped it off a little bit, and I'm going to use that Thingaling shade, and I'm spraying my brush because that's how I do it. I don't know what's with my voice today. Ugh. Okay, and let's just pack this on, or no, not pack it on, but just like dab it on slightly. First of all, I don't want to lose the shade that is underneath, because that is of course one of the chosen shades, and it would feel sort of wrong if I were to just make it disappear and plaster something else on top. It sort of feels like that is cheating, but So that's why I'm just dabbing this purplish, light purple shimmer a tiny little bit over it, just so we have the effect of some shininess. Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. So if you're not new here, and no, if you're new here, if you're new here, and I expect that maybe some new people will come and watch this video because of the collab, then you don't know that I actually live my life like this. I actually go out like this. I do grocery shopping like this. So where I live, I'm very well known for looking like this. And this is not like a special look or something. This is just Thursday. You know what I mean? And I actually, today when I'm filming this, which is about like 2 weeks before when you see this, I just had a birthday. And my husband has invited me out on a date. There is is it jazz or is it blues? I don't know. There's a concert that we have to go to tonight, or that we have to. He invited me to go to tonight, which is like a very famous jazz player who has come to Israel, and I think his name is Joel Bonamassa or something. I guess like older generation people will know that better. I don't know. My husband is a real big jazz fan, and so he's really excited about this. So this is actually gonna be my look for our date tonight. Yeah. Okay. Well, my husband is used to that as well, and he is already way beyond being embarrassed to be seen with me. So that's what we do. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with this right now. We still can see the shade, which one? The shade Angel, which was the first pink we applied at the inner part of the lid. We can still see that shining through, and I got my way and have a little bit of shimmer on my lid. So I think I didn't cheat. Definitely I didn't cheat because I was allowed to pull in another shade, but it feels right because we did not lose the other shade completely. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply eyeliner, and I'm going to finish my foundation and contouring and all of that, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do the rest together. Okay, my sweeties, this is how it looks now once my foundation is done and I have done everything, basically, almost. So we have one more remaining shade that we have to use, which is the shade Aubergine, which is this eggplant shade, and I thought that I'm gonna use this on my lower lash or under my lower lash line. I actually put down a eyeliner pencil, which is from Essence. It's called Berry Fantastic. It is sort of, sorry, it is super messy. It is sort of that same color, or a very close color to that eggplant shade, and I'm going to take a angled brush if I can find it, and then I'm just going to apply that. Here it is. Then I'm just going to apply that carefully. I hope that I'm not going to ruin my foundation now, and of course it all has creased in my fine lines, so let's just dab this out for a second, and then I'm going to carefully apply this eggplant shade down here. Now I took a bit of a packing brush, but that is not a very stiff one, and I'm just trying to fluff this out a little bit so we get a bit of a better blend. Okay, so this is how it looks. Let me just go and put some lippies on and find something for my inner corner and put on my lashes, and then I'm gonna come back for the final look, and I think it's going to be really, really nice. I'm super excited. I think I can already tell you now. I think it's super nice. Okay, so let me just finish off and then I'll be right back. Okay, sweeties, this is the finished look. I do realize that I have some lash glue drying still, so if there are white spots, that's what it is. It's gonna go away. I used, while we're already speaking about lashes, I used the lashes from Tarte, which is the Tarteist Pro Vegan Lashes in the style, I don't know, Goddess. Okay, so that was the packaging, and those are the lashes. They're a little bit more spiky, not as long, not as flaring out, but they're spiky and they're really, really cool, and they like them. I like them a lot. Okay, so that was that. And for highlighter, I used my Il Makiage highlighter in the shade Diamonds, this one. And for blush, I used a Laura Geller, this one, which is called Tropic Hues. And for torture, For contour, I used actually a contour stick from Kiko Milano, which is this one. I don't know. It's just, I'm showing you because I told you I cannot include it in the description box this time because it's going to be super full. So this is the shade 201 Chocolate. This is the shade. For my lips, I used a lipstick from Beauty Care, which is this one. This one, it's the shade 94. And I have a couple more things from Beauty Care, which is I used 2 dip liners from Beauty Care. One of them, I don't know if you see that. You probably, wait, let me zoom you in. Maybe you see this. Do you see what I did here? There is like this white line here. So after I had applied the, wait, how do I zoom you back out? What is this? Ugh. After I had applied the shimmer shade, that purplish kind of a shimmer shade, I decided that I want to line the crease a little bit, the actual line where the pink and the green meet. So I put this one down, which is a white with a silver glitter. It's a dip liner from Beauty Care in the shade 03. And then over that, I put some white glitter, just white glitter from Sekera, which I like. These are, oops, what is with these earrings? They keep falling down. What is that? Sorry. Okay, so this is all very live and not staged, as you can see. Okay, let's put this back on. And then I also used a liquid liner from Beauty Care, which is black, and it also has silver glitters in it. I don't know if this shows up at all, but you'll just have to believe me. So this is the shade 05, and that's what I used for my wing. Then what I used on my lower waterline, I told you already, this is from Essence. It's long-lasting eye pencil in the shade Berry Fantastic. For my mascara, I used, as I always do because I'm still using up that thing, it's from L'Oreal, the Volume Million Lashes Access Mascara, which is just a mascara. Is that it? Is that it? I think it might be. All right, so bronzer I used from Jade. This is like one of my 2 bronzers that I have, so that's what I'm using. It's the Pearl Glow bronzer, and I just really, I can't open it. I can't open it. Ah. This one. That was hard. That was a struggle. All right. So anyway, so we used, of course, this beautiful palette from Paulina. Let me just now zoom out so we have a bit of a bigger picture here. So this is the palette that we used, and obviously I really love the look that we created. I feel super cool. I feel super and yeah, so I was so happy, or I'm so happy that I was part of this palette bingo collaboration thing. And again, I want to congratulate Paulina for her success with this palette and with collaborating with Blush Tribe. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I'm like, Blush Tribe. I would be honored. Anyway, so this is that, and I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And go ahead and watch all the other creators if you have the time, if you want to. You find them, hopefully, if I manage to do that, because I'm such a computer baby. I will link them in the description box down below. Leave me your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. This is a beauty and lifestyle channel. It is not just makeup, but it's mostly makeup. And I would love to have you here. And besides that, go ahead and sparkle. I'll see you here next time for my next video really soon. And up until then, hugs and kisses. Bye.